I just wanted to go crazy. And maybe I did go a little bit crazy. Like, what am I doing? That's just who I am and how I go about the world. Hello friends, welcome back to another matcha chat. I am coming up on about 1 year since I graduated university, and I've been thinking a lot about post-grad life and what it's been like, and I just wanted to discuss some thoughts that I've had about it. My name is Clarissa. I am a 23-year-old living in New York City, and I am thinking a lot about my life. So join me as we drink some matcha today and just unravel my thoughts. Today I'm drinking the Shinmei matcha from Kettle. It is described as round and silky with a balanced sweetness, and it originates from Yame, Japan. The profile is vibrant and invigorating, round and silky with a balanced sweetness and pervasive finish. And I've just mixed it in some Califia oat milk today. A bit of my background: I grew up in Beaverton, Oregon, and I graduated from university in May of last year in Portland, Oregon. Post-grad is so scary, and it's just a very sad and scary and exciting time. What I did after graduation is work at a little ice cream shop, and it was just so fun to meet so many new people and just have really great coworkers. And at the same time, I was studying for my NCLEX, which I eventually took in August and passed, and I was also simultaneously applying to jobs. So it was it felt very slow, but also I was doing so much. And yeah, I started my first nursing job in October in New York City, and it's been a lot of fun. It's a lot of hard work, but I feel like I'm learning so much. And so that is my summary of what post-grad has kind of looked like for me. The first thought I have about post-graduation life is comparison. It is so easy to compare yourself to what everyone else is doing, whether they had a different degree, a different major. There's just so much comparison, and you look at the people around you and they got this job, or they got to move here, or they got to work with this company, and it can just be a lot. So I feel like it's very normal to compare yourself. Comparing yourself to others during post-grad can be very discouraging. I feel like even I was going through it, just seeing how many people passed their NCLEX. They took the NCLEX 1 month after we graduated. They took it 2 months after we graduated. Here I was still studying and waiting to even get permission from the state to take my exam, and I was just getting so antsy, all these people have passed their boards already and I haven't yet. What am I doing? It can get so easy to get stuck in that mindset, but I feel like what helped me is just focusing on my studies and my path and what I have to do, because at the end of the day, your life and your experiences and your skills are so different from many other people. Yeah, we came from the same university, we had the same education, but you don't know how people use different skills, or you may not be aware of what strengths you have until you start going through your resume and practicing interview questions. And so I feel like it was really essential to focus on my studies and how I was practicing and preparing for interviews. When I really got into my own work and practicing and doing well on my practice tests, I feel like I was able to focus more, and I was a lot more encouraged by how well I was doing and how better I was getting with my interview answers. And so when you focus on yourself and you know that you're your own individual person with your own skills and experiences to bring to whatever job you apply to, it becomes more encouraging. You really get to dial in on your work, as opposed to kind of essentially wasting time. I will say it is very normal to compare yourself to others in the beginning. Try not to compare yourself. I know it's hard, but it's just like not gonna help. It really isn't. Because when you go into that interview, they're looking at you as what you're bringing in. Focus on yourself. Focus on your resume and your skills and your experiences, because at the end of the day, no one has lived the same life as you. No one is exactly like you, so you have something to offer wherever you're applying. Along with that, I also want to talk about comparing timelines, because I feel like it's easy to kind of fall into the notion of like, oh, like right after graduation, I have to have a job, I have to go into my career, I have to do X, Y, and Z. And I definitely felt that. And to be fair, I wish I kind of gave it a little bit more time to kind of like, you know, do some fun stuff, because, you know, once you have like a set schedule or like a set like job, it's very hard to kind of have more freedom to like travel or like, I don't know, practice hobbies and skills, and you just have so much time. You can do whatever. So I hope that you don't feel pressured to follow anybody else's timeline but your own. There are many people I know who have just like gone and traveled for a few months and then started work without a problem. Post-grad is really what you decide to do with it, and there's no one else's timeline that matters but your own. The amount of freedom that you have is so crazy, because I remember like going through this summer and like, of course I was studying and working, but I just had so much free time and I was like doing all of the things that made me happy, and like I had so much time to practice my hobbies and read and go on like trail walks, runs, and just do literally whatever I wanted. I felt like a kid, like going out and experiencing summer for the first time. To be fair, I do wish I had gone on some vacations before starting work. I really, truly do, because now I have PTO and limited days that I can have off, and it would just be so fun to like go through different countries. Even like there are so many opportunities to just like work and like do random jobs and like live in a different country for a little bit. So I kind of wish I had like tried that out maybe, but maybe in the future, who knows. Yeah, I think that's just my main point. There's so much freedom in post-grad. It's like a very nice feeling. So do what you will with that. I won't lie. Uncertainty is probably one of the most like prominent themes of post-grad life. You never know, because there's just so much to do. You don't know what job is going to offer you an interview. You don't know if you're going to get approved for that apartment. You don't know if like all of these different factors can affect like the plan that you have for yourself, and it's just, there's just so much uncertainty that sometimes it can be overwhelming, sometimes it can just like be too much. And I feel like at the end of the day, like you've got your support system. At least I've used my support system, and even just like talking to my family and friends every day, being like, like I don't know what's gonna happen, like I'm just so worried and like stressed, I don't know. And it's just really nice to like have that support that kind of like calms you down and tells you, you know, if it works out, it works out. If it's meant to be, it will be. You know, like, what did you do today? Or like, let's go get boba. It's really nice to just have people that listen to you and support you and just completely believe in you. And so I think that's a really big part in like what helped me through post-grad is my family and friends, and also just spending as much time as possible with them as I could. I feel like once you start your career, your life becomes so work oriented, and I'll touch on that. Yeah, you never know like what's in store for the next chapter of everyone's lives after graduating university, so spend as much time with your friends as you can. Like, I don't even care if you're spending like 5 days in a row with your friends, like you just have to. Like, hang out with your family all the time, like it's important. Let's talk about work. Okay, I would just like to make a disclaimer. I know the job market is very hard right now for certain professions, and I'm very lucky to have the job that I do and have the apartment and have the life that I do. I'm so grateful. and I acknowledge that every day. I'm just talking about my experiences and kind of what I'm going through, and I hope I don't discourage or like upset anyone with making this, but I understand like how hard it is to find a job. And even now, like all the hard work that you put in, I know it's gonna lead to somewhere good, but I just hope like I'm not being insensitive. First of all, I would just like to say, working any kind of job that's like not in your career path after post-grad is so okay. I remember just like, I don't know, I feel like when you first graduate, there's a lot of people that ask you like, oh, what are you doing? Like, what are you gonna do with your life? Where are you going? Like, what are your plans? And you're like, I don't know. And that's fine. If like you have to work wherever, like customer service, like a reception job, anything that you don't plan to do for the rest of your life, that's fine. Whether you're doing it for fun, whether you're doing it to gain more skills, whether you're doing it because you just want to work with your friends, or you just want a fun little job before you go into like something that sets your schedule and like holds you to a certain hours per week, that's fine. I'm getting on my soapbox here. I don't think that any one profession is like better than another. I know some like take a lot of schooling and a lot of money and hard work, and I get that, but at the end of the day, if you're working, I just feel like it's something to be respected. And especially working in customer service for many years, I understand how difficult it is to do like work with people in general. So there's no shame in working the job that you don't want right now, is my point. I think any job is great, any job is fine. And if you're not working, if you're just doing stuff for fun, you're doing your hobbies, that's awesome too. Love that. That's all I wanted to say, is that there's no shame in like any job. And if it's not the job you want and you're working towards the job that you do want, that is also okay. You know, everyone is on their own timeline, like I've said. Now that I've started work, I feel like it consumed my life for a little bit. And that's fine, because when you start a job, you're like orienting and you're learning all of these new things about the job, and you're recalling everything that you learned from university, and like you're trying to make yourself the best possible version that you can, but you're still new at the job, so you can't really be like the best. But it's just a lot, and it like consumed so much of my thoughts and my time, and I got into a habit that I did in the beginning of university, that like, because my academics or my job is so important and I need to do the very best that I can, like I can't see my friends, I can't do my hobbies, like I don't have time for all of this, I just need to focus on work. That is so like bad, at least for me. Some people it works out very well, but for me, I can't just focus on work and let work, my job, become my identity, because that really messes me up. Like, it doesn't feel good. When my work becomes my identity and I am like bad at work, or I have a bad day at work, that just means I'm like bad as a person. I'm like not great at life. Maybe this is just me internalizing, but I just can't let work become who I completely am, and I can't pause the rest of my life for it. So I feel like what I try to do is like make intentional time for my friends and time for myself, and still continue to do my hobbies like painting, drawing, reading, making YouTube videos, and just doing stuff for fun and doing things that make me enjoy life, because work is not, my job is not my whole identity. And that is just my preference. I know a lot of people do love their jobs and feel like it encompasses them as a person, but I personally feel like there's so much more to me than what I do for work, and I'm very proud of the work I do, and I love the occupation, but I have so many more interests and parts of my personality and things that I enjoy and things that I like to talk about, and that's just who I am and how I go about the world and how I cope. So it can be, there's someone on the roof right now. Sorry, it's like the second sunny day since winter ended in New York, and now people are outside, so it's really fun to watch. But it is just important, if you don't feel like you're the type of person that your job represents the entirety of who you are, try not to let it consume you. Of course, do the work that you need to do and like work hard, but hang out with your friends, make time for your friends, make time for yourself, go get your little sweet treat of the day, do your hobbies, go skating, go play basketball, go paint, go literally do anything else but work, and don't scroll on your phone. At least try not to. I still do. So I'm a hypocrite, but the least we can do is try to tell each other to stop being on our phones so much. My next thought, probably very important about post-grad life, is try to become financially literate. This could apply to literally any part of your life, but for me, I feel like this is a very important thing to kind of drill into my brain, and I have been trying to drill it into my brain for the past like 8 or 9 months. When that first big girl paycheck hit, I can't lie to you guys, it felt so good and I just wanted to go crazy, and maybe I did go a little bit crazy. It's so important to kind of know how much money you're spending, how much you're receiving every month, and what bills you have to pay, and for many of us, having to pay student loans. It just decreases my stress and makes me feel a bit smarter and a bit better about myself when I am keeping track of my expenses and try to budget and try to plan what I do with my money. And overall in the future, like, is benefiting me. And so just really important. I'm trying to do what I can. Like, I'm trying to read a few books here and there and like just watch videos, and my brother works in finance, so just like asking him questions and just trying to be more responsible about my money. Just because I like have a big girl job now, I don't want to just spend all of my money all the time, because sometimes it really doesn't feel good to spend a lot of money. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I have no financial tips. Hopefully as I learn these next few years, maybe I'll gather some and share them. But for now I'm still learning and still trying to be better about not ordering DoorDash like 60 times a week. I think that's it. Happy last year of college to any seniors out there. Congratulations in advance. Post-grad life is what you make of it. Try not to compare yourself. Try to focus on you, because you have your own journey to go through, and no one else is gonna make that up for you. Try to be smart about your money. Spend time with your family and friends. Do what you have to do to get the life that you want, because you are absolutely capable of it. Everything that you want is already yours. So those are my thoughts about post-grad. If you enjoyed this video, let me know. If there are any topics you think I should talk about, let me know. I would love to hear them. I have a few ideas, but for now, I think this is kind of what's been on my mind. This matcha is really good. I am gonna go enjoy the sun today. So thanks for watching. Like, comment anything you want, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.